Banyan Gold is adjacent to not one, but two operating precious metal mines. Banyan is an exploration development company. Its AurMac property is near Victoria Gold, and it joins Alexco Resources. Banyan Gold is ticker BYN on the Venture Exchange and BYAGF on the OTCQB. CEO is Tara Christie. Tara, welcome back to Kitco.
Great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Tara, let's start with AurMac. Can you describe the project, please?
Our AurMac project is very similar to Victoria Gold. We envision it's a potential open pit heap leach project. We have a maiden resource put out in spring of 2020 of 900,000 ounces at 0.54 in two deposits, our Airstrip deposit and our growing very rapidly Powerline deposit. In 2020, we just had 14 holes into Powerline, 129,000 ounces at 0.61. Since 2020, we have now drilled 40,000 meters, which will be in our upcoming resource update in Q2. So lots of news flow coming. We've released considerable results from last year, 30,000 meter program. But again, we've got still more news flow from last year coming. And excitingly, we've already started drilling. We started drilling January 26th. We've got 3 drills operating today with another 30,000 meters planned. So very exciting news flow for Banyan through 2022.
Talk about that drill program that's been completed up. What were some of the highlights?
You know, long intersections, 70 meters of 1.73, 1.43. We had 135 holes drilled last year, so I can't tell you all of them. But what it is it's a very large scale bulk tonnage. Those holes were spaced primarily on 100-meter centers, so very big step outs. And we're seeing most of our drilling this year was at Powerline target and our Aurex Hill target. And at Powerline, we can see the mineralized footprint from the original resource continues to grow. We now have 2 kilometers by 1.8 kilometers from the original 250 meters by 250 meters. So that's a very rapid expansion. And then Aurex Hill, we think that it's another near surface resourceable target for us. We just drilled 17 holes there this year, but we'll be back there this summer. So this year's program, we're starting at Powerline because it's right off the highway, very easy drilling. Great to drill it in the winter when everything's frozen. And then come summer, we'll adjust our drill plans based on what we're seeing and the results, as well as get back up there to Aurex Hill and continue to drill that off.
You mentioned roads. Why should an investor pay attention to whether a project is near roads, power, or other mines?
You know, it is such a huge advantage. And at the exploration stage, that's why we're drilling in January, and we drilled to December last year. We have a huge advantage in being able to access our project for year-round exploration. You don't have that luxury when you're further out or have to rely on helicopters or planes to get in, just from a safety perspective. You know, here our project is, we've got all this existing infrastructure, the roads, the main power line to the hydroelectric dam, and even cell phone service. All of our crew can call each other with their cell phones, which is a huge infrastructure advantage. And then when you get to the stage of potentially advancing this project or building it, having all that existing infrastructure reduces the capital costs very significantly. We don't have to build a road into our project or permit it. It's already there. So at all phases, it's going to be a huge advantage for us.
You can see sticker shock on some of the roads that some other projects needs built into them. I mentioned 2 operating silver and gold mines at the start. There's a lot of activity in the whole area, isn't there, Tara?
Absolutely. I think what we're seeing is just the Yukon really is underexplored. It has tremendous mineral endowment. Victoria Gold, now that we have one operating heap leach mine in this district, it really will drive exploration. I believe this is the new mining district in Canada, and I believe that mine alone will produce for way beyond its feasibility life of 11 years. I think it'll be there for 20 or 30 with what they're finding, and we're the same age, same system as that mineralization, but lots of other companies through the district are making new discoveries, some of them further out, but I think that there's still lots to be found, including on our property. The more we drill, the more we discover that there's a lot more out there.
Talk about the leadership team at Banyan.
So I've been the CEO since 2016, and this project, our AurMac, was acquired or optioned in 2017. So it's relatively young. We haven't been working on this project for very, very long. Our board of directors, we have a very small board with Mark Aranto, who's with Victoria Gold, David Reed, who's a lawyer, and Steve Burleton, who's been with GT Gold, and also with Richmont when they were taken out of Alamos. So a great board with a good rounding experience. And then our technical team. We have lots of northern experience, and we've been used to operating through some pretty lean times. So that original resource was $2 per ounce. We still think we're adding ounces for $5 to $6 per ounce. So we're very efficient in the use of our shareholder dollars. And if you go back, you see we spend a majority of our funds, actually around 80% of all the funds we've raised have gone directly into exploration.
Other advantage with being close to mines is that you have a community that is familiar with mining and familiar on its impacts.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The First Nation of Nacho-Naik-Dun is the same that we share with Victoria Gold and Alexco. They understand mining. They have businesses which are dependent upon it. They understand the environmental impacts and these type of projects. So that's great. It gives us a big advantage. Being so close to town also gives us a lot of the local workforce that doesn't want to be as far out as some of those other mines. And, it is really a great place to work when you've got existing businesses and employees that know the mining business.
Can you talk about the capital structure at Banyan?
We benefit from having some great shareholders, Victoria Gold at 13%, Franklin Gold and Precious Metals at 8%, Osisko Development at 5%. We now have a larger institutional with our last financing. Quite a few significant long-holding institutions came in, so that gives us 11%. And then in our insider ownership is also significant at 8%. And I would mention, I'm the third CEO of this company, so I joined and since then have acquired my position in the market and in every financing since I became the CEO. And I have a 5.5% stake, which means in the last 2 years, I've put in $850,000 either in placements or in purchases on the market. So I think that shows that I'm very vested and committed to make money alongside my shareholders through my equity. In terms of our cash in the bank, we did that $16 million raise last year. We made quite a few investments to get our costs down and everything from fuel storage to camps. And so we're going into this. We went into this year with $10 million and we've prepaid some of our drilling and so they could buy us equipment. We secured those 3 drills and got them on our site. So it makes we have a really strong treasury for this year. And that's a huge advantage because we've been able to do that pre-planning, get supplies in on site, which will bring down our cost per meter as well as gives us the security. I'd be very concerned if I hadn't signed a drill contract back in November about being able to secure drill and drillers. So it's going to be exciting, especially with the gold price today.
Lastly, Tara, let's talk about catalysts from that drill program. What can we see ahead over the next 12 months?
So we still have some results, 56 holes today from 2021. They're coming back fairly quick. We expect them within the next 2 months. But we've also shipped samples already to the lab from this year's program. So expect ongoing exploration news flow from our power line as we continue to expand that. We've promised a Q2 resource update. We're well on track for that. Very excited because I think people can just look at the scale of the expansion at power line with those 100-meter space step out holes and 40,000 meters of drilling. I think that should be pretty exciting. And then, going into the fall, we're planning our PEA after we start to get some of those results and should be a lot of value add for our shareholders this year.
Tara, thanks for speaking with Kitco.
Thank you very much.
She's Tara Christie. She is CEO of Banyan Gold. My name is Michael McCrae with Kitco Mining. Next, let's take a closer look at Banyan Gold.
Hi, welcome to the Invest Yukon virtual tour of the AurMac project. I'm Tara Christie, President and CEO of Banyan Gold. The AurMac project is located in the traditional territory of the Nacho-Naik-Dun First Nation and in the Mayo Mining District, a fabulous part of the Yukon with existing roads, power, and even cell phone service. We started the season drilling at our Powerline deposit, drilled 10,000 meters there, an additional 5,000 meters at Aurex Hill, and now we're again drilling at Powerline, and we plan to drill another 15,000 meters at Powerline this fall. The drilling and the results that we've put out to date show that the mineralization is continuing in all directions. The Powerline deposit is open in all directions and at depth, and we're finding higher grades and visible gold in many of the holes that we've been drilling. We plan to keep drilling through the fall, so we'll have continuous news flow into the fall and the spring of 2022. Seeing strong mineralization and great results coming from Powerline, we were able to finance. We did a $16 million financing, which we just completed, and now we're able to increase our drill program, aggressively following up on the results from Powerline and Aurex Hill with over 15,000 meters planned, and another aggressive program planned, over 30,000 meters to be drilled in 2022. You know, I'm really proud of our team at Banyan Gold. We took a project, we compiled the data, we spent the time doing the hard work of understanding the geological model, applying it, testing it, and that's resulted in great success with that initial resource of 900,000 ounces, and now with us rapidly expanding that resource. In addition to that, I'm proud of the work that we do with the community, the First Nation, and the relationships that we're building, the on-site training that we're doing. All of that is really going to set Banyan up well for its future programs and for working in the Yukon. Banyan Gold is really excited about the mineral potential that we see on our AurMac project. We believe that between our Airstrip, Powerline, and Aurex Hill zones, that it has the potential to host 3 to 5 million ounces. And that's just a small part of our land package. We have over 254 square kilometers in the district. We think our geological model that we've developed is more broadly applicable than just to those areas. We think it applies to the whole district. Banyan Gold is located immediately adjacent to Victoria Gold's new Eagle Gold Mine, along with Alexco Resource Corporation's high-grade silver mine. It's a great jurisdiction to be located in. We benefit from having both Alexco and Victoria Gold as major shareholders, along with Franklin Gold and Precious Metals Fund and Cisco Development Corp. Investors should expect strong news flow from Banyan from our aggressive 2021 and 2022 drill programs, continuing to expand that mineralization. Also our updated resource in 2022 and the start of the preliminary economic assessment, which should be a strong catalyst to launch us on our journey to potentially becoming the next heap leach mine in the Yukon.